Hey, my name is Kyle from Hyperweb Solutions. Um, Today I'm just going to do a brief video about Facebook ads. I've done a bit of research and can't really see a lot of information about running ads in countries like New Zealand, so I thought that I'd just put something together to show you some information and some of the data that we have access to, um, and the types of people that we can target with Facebook ads. Um, So if you don't know what a Facebook ad is, usually when you're going through your Facebook timeline on either your phone or your desktop computer, you'll see pretty much one in every 3 to 5 posts, sometimes a bit more. You'll see a sponsored post, and they will have the sponsored sign here, or here's an example on mobile. And they can be a range of different adverts targeted to what you are interested in, providing the advertiser is doing their job right. Without going into too much detail, I just wanted to show you what a basic Facebook ad looks like. So now I'm just going to jump into the audience insights to show you some stats and information that we have access to. So if you didn't know, Facebook has more than 1 billion monthly active people using Facebook. So that is quite a lot of people. If we were to look at a country like the US, that number goes down to around about between 150 million to 200 million active people on Facebook. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because when we go to countries like New Zealand, obviously a smaller number because we're a smaller country, but that's still access to 2.5 million to 3 million people using Facebook monthly. So that's still quite a good amount of people you can advertise to. And now what I'm going to do is just go through some of the information that we have at our disposal when it comes to running ads. So right away you'll see some stats here. So it's fairly even. We've got women and men, pretty much half and half are using Facebook. So looking at the age brackets, we've got 18 to 24, 25 to 34, and so on. So the numbers get smaller as the age increases. Obviously a lot of, well, some older people aren't really using Facebook. The younger people are, or majority of people who use Facebook are around the 18 to 44, 45 kind of age. But there's still quite a lot of people here that you can target. It just depends on what your goals are. So with that basic information, we can separate the data out. So if you wanted to run an ad and you only wanted to run it to women of a specific age, you can do that. And let's say you wanted to run an ad for women, I don't know, 25 to 35. That's still 350 to 400,000 people monthly active users on Facebook who you can get access to. As you can kind of see, that's pretty helpful. Just that alone can be really beneficial. Running ads like Trade Me or other paid platforms, maybe Yellow Pages, things like that, oftentimes you don't really have this data, and they charge quite a lot of money for it. So if you are a business that's using Trade Me or Yellow Pages or anything like that, just have a think about the results you're getting from it, because you may want to give Facebook ads a go and see what what information you can get out of it. Okay, so as I was saying, Facebook ads can be really powerful for targeting in New Zealand, but let's say, what about if you're a local business? Sometimes a country can be basically too broad for you, so you can target different locations, like, I don't know, Christchurch. Learn to spell. Christchurch, that brings in 300 to 350,000. If we cut it out, maybe, I don't know, Queenstown. Wonder what the difference is there. Okay, it's just a double up for some reason, but one was 25 and one was only 2. That's right. Sometimes you get weird variations like that here, but you just got to make sure you pick the right one. See, 20,000 to 25,000 monthly people in Queenstown that we can advertise to, which is quite cool. Now let's just pick Auckland because I'm here, and I don't know, why not? Okay, so now what I'll do is I'll show you basically how detailed and how specific we can get with Facebook ads. So let's just do a quick Google search and see really random jobs or random businesses. Actually, random interests. Oops. Maybe interest wasn't a good word, let's say hobbies. Okay, just bear with me for a second while we're just going to try to find a really random, specific hobby. Let's say bowling. Okay, we'll go with that. So, let's say you're a local business in Auckland, or you're wanting to target people who like bowling, like 10-pin bowling or that sort of thing. Let's just say, I don't know, we'll just type it in, bowling. 10-pin. There we go. So people interested in bowling, 10-pin bowling. 10 to 15,000 people in Auckland. I'm only taking a guess, but let's say that predominantly the audience was male, maybe teenagers to, I don't know, might be older, could be pretty broad. Oops, let's say 18 to 54. Sometimes what you can do is you can start off quite broad, run the ad for a week or so, or a few days, find out what age bracket works the best, and then just cut out the rest and rerun the ad with the more specific information that you have. So if you ran this really broad ad, and maybe it was you were getting a lot of engagement from the 35 to 44 bracket, what you can do is you can cut that ad out and then just rerun the same one, but only targeting 35 to 44. So that saves the ad spend going towards these people who may not be interested in your ad. Set this back to normal. So something that's pretty interesting is, or that I've found quite cool, is that you can actually target birthdays. So can you imagine having access to everyone on Facebook who has a birthday coming up? You can advertise to them. So let's say we're maybe a restaurant, for example. So maybe a promotion where you want to target upcoming birthdays where they have you get a discount because your birthday is coming up, just to try and get more people in your store, more brand awareness. So what we can do is we can say restaurants. You want to target people who are interested in that. Don't want to go like fast food or anything because that's not really relevant. We'll keep it basic for now. Restaurants. So you can connect your Facebook page with all your fans, all your likes, and you can advertise to people who have birthdays coming up alongside this, and everyone in Auckland as well. So here, as I was saying, upcoming birthdays. In the other advertising in Facebook, you can get a little bit more specific, and I think you can actually select the month as well. But that's just looking at that. That's pretty good. So you can target 5,000 to 6,000 people in Auckland who have an interest in restaurants that have a birthday coming up. So imagine what you could do with that information. And that's every month. That's not just a one-time thing. That's the average per month. So if you can run this ad every month to different people. So once, let's say October coming up, you can run this ad for October, get all the people who have birthdays coming up in October, and then the next month rolls out, and then you get November, and keep going through. So you can rerun the ad all throughout the year, targeting different people. Imagine what you can do with that. That's really, really powerful for local businesses. The other good thing about it is it's really, really cheap compared to things like Google Ads. Yeah, they can be really, really targeted as well, but oftentimes they cost quite a lot because you're paying for the clicks. So what happens is you get charged every time someone clicks on one of your ads. This goes by different data, so it really depends on what your audience and what you're targeting is as to how much it will cost per conversion. But it is a lot cheaper. You can get it to be really, really cheap. So again, coming back to those places like Trade Me and Yellow Pages, how you might pay, I think it's a monthly or a yearly fee, just to get a tiny little ad on their website saying, "Hey, look at me, come to me." Who do you know is going to be looking at that? You just don't have this information available on places like Yellow Pages and Trade Me. It's not to say that they're all bad. They can be really, really helpful, but I just think that it's always worth looking into Facebook. It's really powerful, as you can see. I mean, where else can you target 5,000 people to 6,000 people in Auckland who have a birthday? How long would it take you to build up an email list or a database of people who you know have birthdays coming up? You can get that information right here. You can even be really, really specific. Let's say 21st birthday. There's not a lot, but it's still, 0 to 500 people. It's not a lot, but you can still do it. So if we put that back to any age with a birthday coming up, usually you probably want to be a bit more specific, so you can get your advertisement a bit more creative. But that's a lot. Some really good information there. And birthdays isn't all you can do. You can do basically anything you want. There are some limitations, as you can see. Politics, that's US information. Previously, you couldn't target Homeowners and renters, that's fairly recent. I've only noticed that come through now. If you tick it now, you don't really get a lot of information, but it's still some. Yeah, it's not really there yet, but literally last month I was having a look at this and none of this was here. It was saying not available, just like it's got here, US demographic. That's basically what I was getting, and now it's coming up with some data. So it is coming. So eventually that's going to be really, really powerful for real estate. Here you can target, I guess, the value of the homes. Market segments. Again, that's kind of US based. But don't let that hold you back, because there's still a lot of different things you can do. Job titles. I think actually you can find more information in these interests. Oh, that's why. Sorry, I still had restaurants selected. Apologies for that. And yeah, I just thought I'd show you this because I get the feeling that, or from the people that I've been talking to, a lot of people still don't really see the value in Facebook ads, and or they just don't think that it's going to work here in New Zealand, but it does, and I've tried it a lot. So I just thought that I'd share that, and I might end up doing a few more videos later on just to show you a few more things you can do with it. I don't want to get too detailed because there's just so much information out there that you can find really easily. Plus, another thing is that the information changes so fast. So by the time I've made a video, the information might be different. So I don't know. We'll see how we go. I might end up adding more later on, but yeah, I'll leave it at that for now because I think this is getting on. But yeah, I just thought that I'd show you how detailed you can get with the ads. Cool. So if you have any questions, just let me know. And if you need any help with running any ads, that's basically what I do. So send me a message here or anything, on my website or anything like that, and I'll be happy to help.